Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver for the Sony PlayStation 1. Had a little difficulty saying what I wanted to say for the intro, which is usually the same thing 99% of the time. But I managed to get it out of my lips anyway. So in the last video we ended up here. We ended up in the mausoleum where our corpse was raided and turned into a vampire, and not just our body, but all of our Seraphim brothers. We were Seraphim once. We were a vampire hunter ourselves. But Kain took our body, as well as the bodies of the people here, and they were all turned into basically his sons and his vampire lieutenants, including Terrell, who we will never see. So it seems like there's not much of a way to go forward, but if you go to the spirit realm, you'll have one. And you'll also end up down here. This is the only way to continue from this point. And once again, it can be a little annoying to get to where you need to go if you do not know what to do. So, we have these little circle icons, not only in this arena, but also on the wall. And you will need to keep those in mind once we get over here. Oh, and it wasn't just, oh, cutscene. I'll explain more later.
Such loyalty to one who has you guarding this outpost like a chained dog. Do you prosper on the scraps he casts you?
Your insults will do nothing to blunt the agonies of your demise.
Kain killed me once. Behold the result. I have no more to fear from you.
And you have to run downwards as soon as you get over here, once this cutscene is done. Otherwise, you're going to have a bad time. And once this guy's done, just throw him in the water.
Infused you with the power to compress and manipulate space. As your symbiotic weapon, the Soul Reaver is also thus enhanced. You may focus and project an orb of kinetic energy to strike objects that are otherwise beyond your reach.
Such as that block right there. Press triangle to shoot, and you'll be able to shoot a projectile now. And that'll push that out of the way. So, yeah, I not only had trouble saying my intro, but I also had to remember to turn the sound down. I actually had to play this with the sound turned up a little bit in practice runs and while figuring out what to do, just so I can actually hear things. So anyway, we need to drop down here now. Get rid of this guy. Go ahead and take his soul. And from here, we need to drop down into the water. We do have to go in and out of the spiritual and the physical realms if we want to do anything in this area. Now we're out of the water. But I need some health or else I'm not gonna be able to do this. So let's get this guy out of here. Get this other guy out of here. And there we go. Now we can get back. Now here, you exist apparently. I need to throw you into the water. And I can't... Okay, there it is. I was about to say, I can't get the energy to come to me, but, well, it's just wants to do what it wants, I guess. And now we need to float over here. I think we can take this with us. And then we can jump into this wall and climb up it. This should take us somewhere. And there it is. We need to fly from one platform to the next. We need to get right here. And we need to use... Well, I could take that with me, but, well, I can't use my projectile if I did. We need to get to this platform and then to these stairs. I am making this look a lot easier than it is thus far. And from here... Oh. Need to get rid of him. That would be really helpful. And we might as well go ahead and get rid of this guy too. Why not? And this just leads to some sort of weird looking window that has what looks like a dwarf in armor riding some sort of hawk. I guess. I am not sure what this is supposed to mean, if it means anything at all. Let's go the other way, where we can find this. Now, we're going to have to go through here, and we're going to have to fight our way through this place. Now, there are two wraiths you can fight around here. This is a really good place to go back to the spiritual realm in if you need health. And that guy just beat me up. That's okay. I can take energy from him too. Get over here. Okay. Now, believe it or not, you can push this, and you can get over there. And it looks like we're in some sort of monastery. If that picture right there is anything to be going by. But if you go back to this physical realm from here, you need to watch out. There we go. Well, we got one guy taken out. And I can't seem to take out the other guy. Well, thankfully, this is where this comes into play. Get in there. Alright. we need to take care of those two guys first and foremost, because it's going to allow us to push this forward with our projectile. And we need to push it all the way to the wall, which means we need to shoot that twice. And then we need to get back to the spiritual world so we can beat up these wraiths and get some energy back. Now, this guy will come after us if given the chance, but we can easily take him down. And with this pushed where we need it to, we can just do a high jump over here, and we can get to this little area. And now we can start absorbing these guys, so that way we don't have to worry about energy in that little area. And now we can return back to the physical realm. And by doing that, we get to enter someplace rather nice. There is also this, but this leads to water, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to go over there quite yet, and I can't really do anything over here. Let's take this route first and see where it gets us. Well, that takes us over here. I need to be able to look down. Well, we have this little area. And we can get this out of the way. But now we have a much more open area when we go over here. And up there is a ship. We also seem to be in quite a bit of a ruined area around here. And while there is a harpoon here, what's the point of getting it when, well, we can't enter the water in the spiritual, or not the spiritual realm, the physical realm. And a lot of this stuff seems to go someplace, but it really kind of doesn't. It's just one big ruined playground out here. So, not much else to look at. There is an anchor here. So at least we know what's keeping that above ground, or rather above the surface. And from here, we need to be able to go back. So let's do that. Let us high jump our way back to someplace a little safer and a lot more dry. Let us get back to the physical realm, and we need to be careful. Thankfully, we'll have some place to go through in case we mess this up. So there is a ship here, and there is a ledge here. But how do you reach that ledge? That seems to be the only place you can go. Well, believe it or not, you actually have to get on the ship and then get back to the spirit realm. And this is where the shape of the ship changes to allow you to get onto this ledge. This little ledge here. And from here, we can get into this room. And we can teleport back to this room, but I have the feeling there's an enemy in here. Well, there isn't, but there is a teleporter room. Let's activate it first before we do virtually anything else, because, well, we're going to need that. So let's see what's in here. Ah, It looks like a combination of a T and an S for the icon for this particular teleporter. So we now have this activated. And now we can just go back. Now we can go through this wooden door. And this should take us even further. You need to stand at a little bit of a height here. You can't just be right in front of the door. You need to be standing around here. Hit the door with your nice little projectile magic. And now we have a cutscene.
Once a sanctuary against the vampire menace, this abbey has been drowned by the deluge spilling from this wounded land. Your brother Rahab and his brood, devastated even by the feeble rays of Nosgoth's sun, overcame their vulnerability to water and retreated from the surface. Now they haunt these ruins and glide in the darkness of its stagnant depths.
So Rahab is here, and all of his brethren look like sea serpents. Great. Well, we need to make our way to the right here, and we need to glide from one platform to the next. And when you do this, you want to be very careful where you go, and also make sure you don't fall into the water, otherwise you're going to have a bad time. Now here, you want to get here immediately, because you're going to be fighting. And I mean fighting. Not only is there that sea serpent looking guy over there, but there will be another guy who will pop up, I think, if you spend too long. Okay, he died. What just happened? I'm not sure what happened there. But apparently he spontaneously combusted and turned into something that was dead, I guess. And, well, I was able to absorb him. But yeah, there is supposed to be another enemy over there if you spend too long at a certain platform. And, well, here's another one of these guys. Be ready to run rings around these guys. These guys don't take a lot of damage, so it's really easy to beat them up with the Soul Reaver. If you have a, just make sure you run around in a circle and you should be able to get rid of them. And yeah, they look like sea cobras of some sort, which is really weird. And now we have this little area here. I want to look around just a little bit. And it doesn't look like there's any enemies over here. I don't want to go down there because, well, that's wet, and it'll take me back to the surface world. There's a door over there. There seems like there's a wall over here, and that probably seems like more water. Well, there's more water in that direction anyway. And this feels more like a dead end than anything else. So we now have 2 routes that he wants to take. And I'm not quite sure which ones we want to take at this point. So we're going to go ahead and save the game. Now that we have a lot of stuff. I wouldn't say a lot of stuff, but definitely some stuff taken care of. Definitely some exploration taken care of at this point. So, join me next time where I explore more of this flooded monastery and see how long it'll take to get to Rahab. We've already defeated 2 of our own brethren. And it seems like we will have 2 more to go. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!